feeling pretty, sitting at 26 left.
You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
It's Mark, aka Chibikawaii, joining me in the booth. Gabe, aka Calimdir. We are here for round 6 of the week 4 Eternal Tournament Series. We've got two players, BrusedByGod and Autrek. Arutek? Gold Trek. Gold Trek. Gabe's going to give a quick rundown of these decks.
Yeah, so we have BrusedByGod playing his Huru mid-range list, or close to a Huru control list that he's been on for a little while now, featuring Taller and Nostrix, as well as Island Clan Mother. And then on the other side, we have another Rakano deck, this time featuring all four Rakano, or all four Unseen Commandos. Autrek is electing to do what we saw the other Rakano player earlier play very few or no protects main board, as we see the players go into their mulligans and drawing 1-power hands.
Oh, yeah. And Autrek, I'm going to assume it's Autrek, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Autrek. Autrek, thank you for bearing with me. Questionable hand, except for this Champion of Glory off the top.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot better.
As the first couple of turns develop, I just want to talk really quickly.
Yeah,
Autrek has made a couple interesting choices in his counter deck. So he's only playing one Soulfire Drake. He's playing Tinker Overseers, 4 copies, and electing to play a few less 1-drops. And he's also playing Cinder Yeti. So things that he's cut are like a few less weapons, a few less Soulfire Drakes, and a few less 1-drops. So I'm interested to see how the Cinder Yetis and how the more evasive units in Tinker Overseer play out. He also has a 1 of Reinvigorate.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you to talk about a little bit there. That seems interesting.
Yeah. I think it's just another type of Finest Hour type effect, and it can be used, like, it can break this permafrost. I think the permafrost goes into the void, and then Tinker Overseer, even though it loses endurance, will still not have permafrost on it anymore. And then it is also just useful as a defensive combat trick, whereas Finest Hour usually is for offense, because Reinvigorate readies a exhausted unit.
Yeah,
and here we're gonna see Finest Hour come in handy over Protect.
Okay, yeah, all right. So that's why I was wondering why not the Oni Ronin, but that makes perfect sense, especially if you think you're gonna have to play around Hammer if you want to leave up Finest Hour. So excellent play by Autrek. Getting in for 3 with that Champion of Glory, going to drop BrusedByGod down to 23, and that Auric Runehammer going to be in the yard, and we're going to see Pyro Knight and Oni Ronin come out of Autrek's hand. Autrek's hand. BrusedByGod going to be playing a Shelter Wing Rider and shipping the turn back over. We're going to see a Hammer Might drawn for Autrek and maybe an attack.
Yeah, so I think now that he's got the Hammer of Might, I think he's going to go for equip up this Champion of Glory and then either attack with both and try and trade with Finest Hour, which I'm not that into. Okay, so this plays into Hammer a little bit, but it gets through the most damage this turn and guarantees that the Shelter Wing Rider is either going to be traded 1-for-1 rather than 2-for-1. And it also, or BrusedByGod is going to take an obscene amount of damage. I wouldn't have minded a slightly more conservative line of perhaps just equipping up the champion, attacking with just that, and holding on to the Finest Hour for something else. But I don't think that's necessary. You're okay with
Yeah, I
is that a mistake?
I don't know. Yeah, because I would have liked holding on to it, so that way the Runehammer.
Yeah, now he's in a really bad spot because he could have Finest Hour the Champion of Glory, killed the Shelter Rider. He would have had the Champion of Glory still take care of this
it's
Runehammer.
fine because you just.
I mean, you can just draw a
6/6 whirling duo, and then you just play that, and then you just kind of go.
I have to think that was a not knowing which creature blocked which creature. Yeah, I can see in the chat they have open in Autrek's in BrusedByGod's screen over there that we can see. Autrek accidentally clicked the wrong unit,
Oh, okay.
thinking that the other unit was blocking it or was blocked.
Okay. So look at that. Look at that BrusedByGod getting in the head just a little bit there of Autrek, going with the whole back and forth. Ooh. Does this
That's
do
actually
anything?
pretty relevant. Yes, it does.
Yes, it
because now
does.
it puts BrusedByGod to 4 and almost lethal. Oh,
No,
wait,
that
no.
is
It
lethal.
gets
Yeah,
plus
because of
4.
that.
What does it get? What does
Wow.
it get? Hold
Because
on.
from the other for the battle skill.
Oh, it's for each battle skill.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah.
that was really exciting.
It was. Mr. Gold taking it down over
Wow.
BrusedByGod.
Even with the misclick. That's just the speed.
No. That was intentional because
I mean, it got him some more damage.
Yeah, I was just about to say, had that extra 3 points of damage not gotten through, who knows where we would have been there. Right?
Well, he would have gotten 3 extra damage from having a champion of glory.
But don't. It actually would have been another 6 point of damage or another 3 point of damage too.
Yeah.
But again,
yeah.
It's a feature,
no misplays.
not a bug. Feature, not a bug. That's what we like to say. All right, in the tech world. Yeah,
tech world.
And then the tech that feature,
not in the world of card games though. That's a misplay. So as players get into sideboards, I'm interested to see. I think that BrusedByGod's Huru deck is actually fairly well equipped to deal with Rakano, seeing as they have plenty of flying blockers. Mostly a lot of Aegis units, so Vanquish is blanked a little bit. A lot of units that do things when they come into play, so the removal is also once again not as good. And then Autrek Runehammer, which is a card that is notoriously good against Rakano. So to bring in for our friend Autrek, the Reinvigorate looked really good there, but I'm not sure that you want more of them. I don't mind Protect against a deck that has harsh rules and things like that it's probably bringing in. I think Protect is very good. Obviously, not great against Runehammer, but oh no, there's the 4th one on the board. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to choose what to cut over. You can't have all 4 Protects and all 4 Finest Hours probably, unless you take out Torch. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
But he probably also wants things like Steel Fang Chakram and Soulfire Drake against control. I'm not sure that Crown Watch Paladin is good enough, but I mean, if it's not in here for this matchup, then what is it in here?
This matchup, or maybe what
on the other side,
shadow version that we saw earlier. Yeah.
On the other side, how do you feel about Lightning Storm from BrusedByGod?
I don't mind it, right? Like you've got 12 targets main, or excuse me, 16 targets main, 20 targets, 20 targets main board, 21 targets main board.
It's got a lot of targets. It doesn't do much face of War Cries, but there's not. I mean, this is a deck that doesn't run Shogun Scepter, and it only has the Rakano Outlaws and the Oni Ronin. Not even stay in post board, and I don't think we're bringing in Sword of Ikaria.
Yeah, no,
I think Storm's good.
Yeah, it's like I'm bringing in Lightning Storm if I have the option to.
And another thing is if it can get some Protects or Finest Hours out of their hand and then still kill something, that's a huge win.
Yes,
and then that allows you to maybe get through with Harsh Rule or Autrek Runehammer afterwards, which I think both come in as well.
Yeah, I agree 100% there. I'm trying to. Yeah, the Autrek Runehammer is definitely coming in.
I think Polymorph comes out.
Yeah, Polymorph probably comes out. The 3 harsh rules come in, and I think that's what we're seeing, right? We do see no, all right, so leaving it at 4 hammers, maybe possibly even going down. 3 harsh rules are definitely in. The 4 lightning storms are in. Taking a look here, a permafrost was trimmed, it looks like.
Took out the islands, which I think is smart. The game's just not going to go long enough for that to be relevant, and Jotun Feast colors plenty to Jotun Feast color and Nostrix are more than enough to finish the game. I also really like that particular a valuable Aegis unit to give +5/+5 to. So
man, it looks like players are getting ready to get into the next game. So we'll see how this plays out. But this might be a quick one. It might be like what you called it. We're just gonna see we're gonna see a whole bunch of really aggressive decks sitting in the top 8.
I think this Huru deck is good though. I would not be surprised to see BrusedByGod bring this back 1-1. And for the record, I do think Jotun Feast Caller is
Yeah, I'm super excited
card
to see that.
against
Yeah.
against a lot of things, and people are underestimating.
Now imagine a Jotun Feast Caller with a Hammer of Might on it.
Why?
Don't ask why, Gabe. Just it's.
I just think you're not thinking
you've got
enough.
a 7/6.
No, imagine a Jotun Feast Caller with a Deforge plate, because then it has endurance,
Ooh.
right? That's what you want
Ooh.
with the diesel cycle.
Right.
You want endurance.
Yeah. Forgive my ignorance. You.
Yeah.
and frankly, negligence. I would argue that is what that actually is, because it could be considered harmful for not making that suggestion, because I would in fact like a 9/8 with vigilance or with overwhelm, endurance, and draws me a card.
Draw cards. Yep.
Yeah. Every time it hits. Oh, I'm gonna make that deck now.
Okay, well, all right. While we're getting underway, hopefully players won't get too far ahead. But here's the real meme deck that you need to make.
All right.
Players are asking if they can play, and I am not the arbiter of your destiny. Yeah. So here's what you got to do. You got to play Jotun Feast Caller. You got to play Reliquary Raider.
Okay.
You got to play Accelerated Evo.
Accelerated. What does Accelerated Evolution do again?
It's the Echo card that can give flying or endurance.
Oh, duh. Yes.
And then you got to play Protect and Excavate. So so every time they try to kill your thing, you either protect it and it has Aegis, or they kill it and you excavate it back that now has Aegis or flying or endurance. Or so you. Anyways, moving on into this game.
No, I'm on board with you the whole way, and then I'm gonna put Deep Forge Plate just to finish it. You know,
I'm gonna have to release a video on Feldscar Harpoons and Justice Primal Time card draw guys.
Wow. So jumping into this actual match, though, where on turn 2, Autrek did play a Champion of Glory, which he was able to fully activate by turn 3, was able to swing in for 3, also plays a Sword of Akari, which allows him to swing in for another 3. So BrusedByGod took 6 that turn. BrusedByGod down to 19 after firing off a Strategize on his turn 2 and on his turn 3. Hopefully hitting, being able to play a power. Looking at his hand, looks like he does have the power drops, just trying to figure out what he's going to be bottoming here. This Champion of Glory is just going to do some work, because looking at the hand, there isn't a clean answer. Wow.
Yeah, so this Sword of Akari is an interesting choice for Autrek to bring in. In the early game, it's like two extra copies of Whirling Duo to get your aggression going on, but in the late game, it's just so bad. So I like the move to try and bring it in and just take it 2-0 really fast by drawing it early here.
Definitely agree. And we see the Yeti come down. No target for the exhaust. I don't think it's actually going to matter here. Thanks to that torch as well as the Vanquish. Interesting to see the Vanquishes still in the deck, I guess, just to pop some Aegis.
I mean, everything. I think Vanquishes should stay in. All of the units that BrusedByGod is going to play die to Vanquish. Sure, some of them have Aegis, but
I mean, some of them. No Strix, 8. And then the Owl from Kothon are the only ones that do not have that actually died a torch or died a Vanquish. The other 2 both have. I guess like it kind of like
sometimes you just gotta kill a thing.
Sultran Wing Raider. I don't. All right, you know what? I won't. I'm not gonna fight it. I do not like using the torch.
I think if you're gonna use the torch during combat, or no, he did it at the end of the turn. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I guess we'll.
I
also
didn't know what he was gonna draw.
Yeah.
Right,
also,
you go ahead.
I would have liked to have seen the attack first, so that way, like, you have the potential of getting overwhelm damage if they block with the Yeti. You get 1 extra point. I don't know.
So I think the reason that he elected to play Torch there was because he wasn't sure what he was going to draw, and he wanted to use his power more efficiently had he drawn something like a Hammer of Might potentially.
Ooh, now this
so
is really
now
interesting.
we're seeing sort of Ikaria not being as good as it was in the beginning of the game, and why I was concerned about it coming in. But it being a Sheltering Rider and not like
it this allows for lethal, doesn't it? Well, if they had done if they vanquish, pop the Aegis, attack in, putting Shelterwing Rider down to 2, they can block it. Okay, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Right?
Okay, so
we're still
he
one off.
If he vanquishes and then sort of Ikaria's it, so it's a 2 attack thing, then he can. Yeah, he's one off. He's one off.
Yeah, he's one off. Yeah, unless Cinder Yeti is what got blocked. If Cinder Yeti was the thing that got blocked, then it would be lethal. Okay. All right, so this is going to be interesting.
But BrusedByGod does have Harsh Roll online next turn.
Very true. Very true. But I have to imagine this sword is staying alive no matter what. And BrusedByGod,
I guess sword is good.
Oh god,
and we're no lightning strikes or torches.
Also, I'm realizing we're in the middle of attacks.
Yep.
So like this vanquish can't be used. So that means one of the torch, either the torch or the finest hour, is going to have to be used on the Sheltering Rider. Oh, wait, no blocks?
Oh.
What?
Oh, well, that's game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Gold living up to his name, living in that golden Star Trek age, taking it down 2-0 against BrusedByGod.
That was not what I expected. Definitely went a lot smoother for Autrek than us talking over each other.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. You know what? One match. It's later in the day. It's we'll fix it next round. It'll be great. One thing that's really, because I think BrusedByGod actually gets back in the game if he just makes that block.
Yeah, there's no reason not to block there. BrusedByGod, when you're that far behind in your control deck and you win the late game, you throw every resource you can to save your life, especially when you have a Harsh Roll in hand. But yeah, so Sword of Ikaria was just a really interesting choice that game. Like, I definitely probably wouldn't have brought it in. I think it was just really risky against like any Shelterwing Rider that you don't have an answer for, any Nostrix you don't have an answer for, any unit that you don't have an answer for just shuts it down. And it's not like this deck doesn't run like it still runs a reasonable amount of units. But obviously there it was very good, and it helped curve reasons. Like if he did not have a charging 3-drop that on turn 3 there, that game would not have been as easy for him. And I think BrusedByGod would have been able to get that Harsh Rule off and turn the game
around. Well, with that, he goes down to 9. So he would have gone down to 1 there. And then if he had 1 extra life, then he would have gone back down to 1. So BrusedByGod, even without making that block, would have been at 1 life. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's not minor at all. You know what else isn't minor though?
What?
Is
it the
ETS Team League? It is. It's not a minor tournament at all. It's big game. All the best players, all the names you know from the Eternal Tournament series. Wow, I am just speaking English right now. They tend to play in this little thing called the ETS Team League, which we're in season 2 right now, and it's a competitive league of 16 teams that are playing off, leading up to a cut to the top 4 for a single elimination playoffs. Teams such as O&D, Seek Power Gaming, Eternal Titans, and Eternal Warcry, all playing. Of course, you got the new guys in there too, hoping to make a names for themselves, so then I can butcher them. Next,
you butcher their names, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
Doing a lot of butchering today.
You have yeah. But the teams will be broadcasting their points of view on Sunday, and we'll be sharing links to their team streams in the tournament chat on the Eternal Discord. We will occasionally broadcast the point of views from teams from our channel, aReNGee Eternal, when they can't stream themselves. But more than likely, we'll probably stream in one of the aReNGee crew and their team, the Magical Christmas Band. It's a good thing. So remember, 2 groups of 8, play it round robin. Everybody ends up fighting each other. Clear winners are happening. Gabe, I'm gonna let you take this one away from here.
Yeah, so come check out the team league just about every Sunday. I believe we have one again tomorrow. So come check it out. It won't be streamed in this format, but each individual team should have somebody streaming it for the most part. And the aReNGee Eternal team, which has all your favorite players like Rikenner, Bradykin, Loco Pojo, Lights Out Ace, and X Kirby, and not us, because of that, will be streaming on the aReNGee Eternal channel. So go ahead, check that out. It's a cool format to see another way to play the game competitively. And if you're interested in joining it, you have to be, once the season is over, there will be submissions for teams. It's kind of a limited amount because we're just trying to get everything organized in the first couple seasons. But it's something we're interested in and expanding and so on. So come check it out, see how it is. Come hang out in the chat. At least I didn't butcher it as bad as Mark.
Oh, hey. Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism?
Constructive
What is
criticism.
that? I only know memes.
Oh, that's fair. All right, but that is going to do it for this round. We will be back for round number 7 here after just a short little break. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in and sticking with us, especially given recent events. And I promise I don't actually butcher people in real life yet.
Okay. And on that note, we'll catch you guys in the final round of Swiss.